What's happening, collectors? I hope you are doing well. Today we're talking about Ludkins Collectables again. The reason to talk about it again is because there have been changes to PSA, which have then therefore given changes to Ludkins. So I want to give you an update for those people that have not yet still submitted for the first time, or maybe you have used Ludkins in the past, or maybe you have used Canadian grading companies in the past. Whatever way that you are interested in potentially using PSA to grade your sports or trading cards, this is a quick, very simple tutorial of how you can do that. So as you can see on the screen here, this is the Ludkins Collectables website. I have done previous videos on this, so definitely look on my channel. You'll find lots of things on Ludkins. They are a third-party company that does, they submit mass bulk quantities to PSA for other people, and that allows them to have competitive pricing. It's a great way to do it, especially when you don't know how to fill out the paperwork, all that good stuff. So I'm going to keep this super quick. The reason why I'm going through it is because I was submitting 5 new cards. These are 5 cards. I'm not doing anything crazy, but these are ones that you've probably seen when I pulled this out of a pack myself. I pulled this Alakazam out of a base set 2 pack. I then have a Charizard from Evolutions, which is just crazy expensive right now. I wasn't going to submit it because the centering isn't perfect on it, but you know, it could get a 9, maybe if you're lucky, a 10. Then I pulled this one off camera, as I seem to pull Charizards off camera all the time. This one is centered pretty terribly with, if you remember, there's a crazy print line in it. I'm not sure what I'm going to get on that, maybe an 8. And then we've got the Charizard VMAX. So I just wanted to kind of submit these and wanted to give you guys an update of how to do it. And they've actually simplified the process at Ludkins. So all you got to do is print out a piece of paper here. So let's go through the US as well as the UK and EU. So yes, for the Europeans, I am going to be mentioning just a little bit of how they do it as well. So when we get to it here, there's a few things to note. PSA is overloaded at this point. They have so much inventory, so there will be delays. So be prepared for a long wait unless you want to pay some more premium pricing to get it back quicker. So they mentioned that if you choose the 20-day level or better, there is a 3-week delay on registration of them actually registering it to when the counter starts. So it's not truly a 20-day. I think it's kind of misleading, but that's not Ludkins, that's PSA and the way they've decided to do it. So they still call it a 20-day return, but guess what? It's 20 days plus 3 weeks. Great, makes sense. And those are business days, by the way. Business days, not actual days. And then if you do the longest gold turnaround, which is generally what I do, there is an 8-week delay registration on that. So an extra 2 months before they even registered into their system to start the process. So this will take some time, just so you're fully aware. So how to submit? As I mentioned, it's a piece of paper. All you're going to do is you write your first name, last name, email address, submit which tier you want, gold, 20-day or 5-day, and then whether you would like a pre-check or not. So pretty straightforward, and it's all laid out very simply on this piece of paper here, which you can download off of their website. Now, specifically the pre-check, I really like this feature. This was included before. They've now given the person, myself, a choice if I want to do it or not. They used to include it, but having it separate is kind of good because, for these, I'm going to grade them regardless of what they recommend. For my first grading and my second grading, when I was still learning a little bit, when they gave me that, hey, we think this is going to be an 8 or a 7 or a whatever, that was nice. It was for a first timer, it was quite good. And for a buck a card, that's really not bad. And then the benefit of doing that is that if you decide that you don't want to submit your card because you're like, oh, I thought that was going to be an 8 and now they're saying it's a 5, you know what? Hold off on it. They don't actually send the card in. It's a service they offer, so that could be worthwhile for one of your first times getting cards graded. They have some recommendations on how to package your cards, and then here is the address in Virginia where you're going to be sending your cards. And then from there, they package them up and they ship them off to PSA for you. So gold, this is what I likely am going to use. For my 5 cards, it's going to cost me $11 a card. Pretty inexpensive, and that includes, if you're in the United States, that includes the return shipping as well. So pretty good deal. If you are Canadian or from another country like myself, there is going to be shipping charges on top of that, and then certainly the risk of customs and things like that. But I have not run into customs or duties just yet. It hasn't been a problem. Ludkins does a great job at shipping them, so just something to be aware of as a potential risk. And if you do have questions on that, leave a comment down below. I'm happy to walk you through it. And even Instagram, reach out to me, Millennial.Collector. I've had a number of people reach out to me, specifically Canadians, asking for kind of some tips and where I've been successful and where maybe there are some challenges. So if you're 20 cards or more, you get for $10, 200 cards or more, $9. So there's savings, yes, especially if you're doing that many cards, but it's not enough where I would turn my 5 into 20. Could I have, another 15 cards to throw in that I could probably grade? Probably, but for the sake of saving $1 a card, I'm not in that much of a rush to, save $1. And then there is now one change. If you're going to be doing sports cards, this company predominantly does a lot of trading cards, so Pokemon and trading card games. If you are doing sports cards, there is additional adder fees now as well. So for ultra modern sports, so 2017 and on, it's $5 a card. For they deem modern from 72 to 2016. So that's probably not the words I would use for it, but anyways, something to be aware of if you're going to be submitting any sports cards. The 20-day, again, 20 days plus the 3-week registration is $30 a card, and if you want to get up into the 5-day, it is $60 or potentially $100 a card. So it does add up quite a bit. Now, the one thing I didn't mention as well on the gold submission level here, this is for cards that are $249 in value. So if you have a card like this, it is likely going to cost me more. This Charizard is worth more than that. So PSA is going to say, hey, you know what, that's over the $249, so you're going to have to pay an extra $50, $70, whatever that number is. So just be aware that there could be an additional charge if you're submitting more valuable cards at the gold standard level or any of these levels. Okay, so additional services, as mentioned, there's the pre-check, price guarantee, all that good stuff, and then here is that form that you can print out right off their website. So pretty straightforward. Fill out the form, submit your cards, package them safely, mail it to their address. That's it. You will then get an email confirming, hey, we got your cards, and we're going to be sending it off. And then a couple days later, once they finally mail them off to PSA, you're going to get an active Google Doc that is going to update all the different levels as it comes, from registration to they're researching the product, they're packaging the product, they're shipping it back. They have this whole big chart, so you can actually track where it is along the process. It's actually a pretty cool system. So now when we're looking at the UK and EU, they do have some information here just explaining obviously what the cards are, what PSA is, and then what the fees are. So you've got a standard service, and here's a 1 to 4 cards. If you're from the UK, it's £12.99. And same with the EU, there's some pricing here. And then there's some shipping costs. So there are multiple options as well. You've got your gold, which is a more expensive option, but those are the two different options that you can get if you're in the UK or the EU. So if you are looking to get things PSA graded, Ludkins is actually, I think, my preferred way. I wouldn't deal directly with PSA if I was as far away from them as you guys are. So, and then they mention what's included in the price of their service when you're from the EU or UK. The pre-screening for non-sports cards, so that's your trading cards. Card saver that they're going to provide, postage, PSA grading fee, the postage back from PSA, the import VAT, import tax, and FedEx handling fees. Ludkins exclusive PSA sleeves are provided. These prevent scratching, and then special delivery back to the UK only. So there's a lot included in their fee. So as much as it seems like a lot, it does save you quite a bit. And then, as mentioned here, some of the turnaround times and how long things take for particular products. And again, PSA is very backed up right now. The hobby in general is just booming. So set a reasonable expectation. I am fully expecting this is probably going to take 6 months. By the time I ship it to the time I get it back. Maybe even longer, maybe shorter, but I'd rather have a realistic expectation going into it that it's going to take some time. Because I don't need these back. I'm not in a rush to get them back. I'm excited, but I'm not in a rush to pay $30 or $60 a card. That's just not, it's not what I'm interested in doing. So that is it, guys. That was a really short. I ran through that very quickly because I didn't want to take up too much of your time. Please leave a like if you have not subscribed to this channel. Please subscribe to this channel. We've got a lot of Pokemon openings, PSA returns, BGS returns, Pokemon news, sports cards, collections, things like that. There's a lot of things on this channel that you're going to want to check out. So thank you very much, guys. This was a short video that turned into a medium-long video, so I apologize. Hope you have yourself an amazing day, and good luck with your gradings.